Hello, everyone. I'm Tony from the eCloud Valley Managed Services team. Today, I'd like to share with you a topic in cloud governance that is often overlooked, but is actually very critical: cloud asset inventory. Many companies or teams may think we know our assets well and we're always on top of them. But in reality, there are often seemingly small details that hide risks or lead to waste. Next, I'll walk you through how these blind spots quietly appear and how we can leverage the Atlas platform to help enterprises regain visibility and control over their cloud assets. Today's session will be divided into three parts. First, we'll take a look at the most common blind spots and misconceptions in cloud asset management. Next, we'll discuss how to translate the ISO 27001 to 2022 requirements for asset inventory into day-to-day governance practices. Finally, I'll walk you through three live demos to show how Atlas can quickly inventory EC2, RDS, and S3, helping you regain full visibility, save time, and always be audit ready. Let's take a quick trip back to the on-premise days. Back then, if you asked me how many servers we had, I could just open vCenter and tell you immediately. We have 42 physical machines running 128 VMs. Every single one had a name, an owner, and a project tag. We knew exactly what we had, where it was, and why it existed. It was an era of clear visibility and complete control. Fast forward to the cloud era, and it's a whole different story. Now, if someone asks, how many EC2 instances do we have? The answer isn't so straightforward. We first have to ask, which account? Which region? Is it part of an auto-scaling group? With data scattered across accounts and regions, that single clear view we had on-prem is gone. Many times, we hear teams confidently say, our resources are all under control. Everything is properly tagged. Each team manages its own resources well. We conduct regular asset inventories. But the reality is often quite different. Some EC2 instances have been idle for months, yet are still running, wasting money. Some S3 buckets are publicly accessible, but no one notices, creating security risks. More often, idle resources are only discovered when the bill suddenly spikes, and asset inventories are usually conducted reactively, only when requested by finance or audit departments. These seemingly small issues over time can lead to security gaps, wasted spend, and governance breakdowns. Without the right tools, managing assets in a cloud environment is like flying blind. Why is cloud asset inventory so important? The reason is actually quite simple. Without it, you cannot truly take control of your cloud environment. Resources will continue to pile up, accountability will become increasingly unclear, and eventually cost, security, and governance will all spiral out of control. Therefore, the value of asset inventory can be summarized into four key points. First, gain full visibility of the cloud. By consolidating assets across accounts and regions, you can always keep track of your complete cloud environment. Second, identify critical assets and their owners. Know clearly which environment each asset belongs to, its purpose, and who is responsible for it, avoiding any ambiguity in accountability. Third, reduce waste and improve efficiency. Spot idle or duplicate resources and take immediate action to optimize, ensuring money is spent where it truly matters. Fourth, strengthen security and stay audit ready. Detect potential risks early, ensure compliance requirements are met, and be fully prepared when audits come. In short, asset inventory isn't just about passing an audit, it's the very foundation for effective day-to-day governance. The original purpose of Atlas is to directly address these challenges. It helps you automate and simplify tasks that used to require heavy manual effort. First, Atlas can automatically consolidate assets across multiple accounts and regions. Whether it's EC2, RDS, S3, or other services, everything can be viewed in one place. No more logging in and switching between accounts or regions one by one. Second, it presents key information instantly, such as region, type, and status, so you can grasp the essentials at a glance. Third, you can apply custom filters to quickly generate targeted asset lists, keeping your focus on what matters most. Finally, Atlas supports exporting data directly to Excel, making follow-up analysis, reporting, or internal cost allocation much more efficient. In short, Atlas is not just a tool, it's a solution that enables you to regain full visibility and control of your cloud assets. Cloud asset governance is not just about cost control, it also involves security and compliance. In day to day operations, Atlas already helps organizations naturally align with the requirements of ISO 27001 2022. Here are a few examples. API 5.9 and A 5.10. The standard requires organizations to regularly inventory and continuously manage assets. Atlas can automatically inventory cloud assets, ensuring their status is always clear and visible. A.5.13 and A5.15. These require assets to be labeled and access to be controlled. Atlas helps teams clearly tag cloud assets and track access activities. 8.5.12. Sensitive data must be classified and categorized. With Atlas, you can quickly identify resources that involve sensitive information, reducing risks. A5.8. This regulates access rights to assets. Atlas makes it easier for organizations to identify who can access which resources, preventing overly broad permissions. A8.9. Organizations must continuously manage secure configurations. Atlas provides visibility and tracking that directly support this requirement. In other words, with Atlas, you don't need to spend extra effort preparing for audits because your daily management processes are already fulfilling compliance requirements. This is our ECV Atlas platform. From the left-hand menu, expand Report Center, and you'll see the inventory report. Currently, it supports cloud services including EC2, RDS, ECS, Lambda, S3, CloudFront, VPC, Route 53, CloudWatch, and IAM. With just one click, you can instantly filter and view all resources under any of these services. We also support drag to resize column widths, so you can freely adjust the layout to view your cloud asset details more clearly and completely. Let's start with the first highlight: regain full visibility. After moving to the cloud, many companies struggle to answer basic questions like, how many EC2 instances do we have? Where are they? Who launched them? Instead of manually checking each region in the AWS console and compiling data into Excel, Atlas gives you an instant, consolidated view of all EC2 resources across all regions. In the current view, for example, we can see machines spread across Oregon, Singapore, Canada, and more, 20 instances in total. You can also search directly. Just type in something like t3.large, and all matching instances will show up right away. This is the first step we help our customers with, clearly knowing what you have in your cloud and where it lives. The second highlight is all about helping businesses save time and reduce manual work. When a billing spike hits or an auditor requests S3 settings, teams often scramble, manually checking each bucket one by one. With Atlas, you get a full overview of all your S3 buckets in one place. You can quickly see whether a bucket is public and whether its ACL settings are secure. If the security settings show true, it means the resource is properly protected. No more console digging or chasing teammates. Atlas lets you spot issues instantly, act fast, and boost efficiency. The final highlight is all about strengthening security and staying audit ready. Many companies only do asset inventories when audits approach, often rushing to compile incomplete, inconsistent data. Atlas solves this by consolidating everything in one place, eliminating the scramble of messy data, inconsistent formats, and unclear ownership, so audit prep becomes fast and stress-free. Just click Export to Excel at the top right, and a complete audit-ready asset report is generated in seconds. The export covers services like EC2, RDS, Lambda, and S3. Taking EC2 as an example, the file includes details like region, instance ID, instance type, and more. This asset report is ready to hand off to your security, audit, or finance teams, fully compliant, zero manual work required. So through these three simple actions, you've seen how Atlas is more than just an inventory tool. It's a governance platform that helps your teams save time, reduce risk, and operate with confidence. Back in the on-prem days, vCenter gave us that clear visibility and control. Today, we want you to rediscover that same clarity in the cloud with Atlas. Because you can't protect what you don't know. You can't optimize what you can't see. And you can't expect teams to self-manage in a fragmented cloud environment. Atlas helps you organize, visualize, and govern your cloud, all in one place.